Now the question in everyone's mind is, how big really is Shimo? This new character coming in Godzilla vs Kong, it's unknown to us. But today we're gonna watch a video from DangerVille, maybe explaining to us and giving us some facts of how big Shimo really is. But I doubt it they're gonna know any facts, as Shimo is a new character and without having the movie, they're not gonna know anything. Fun fact, let me read this out for you guys. Shimo's existence was first alluded to in the 2022 Call of Duty collaboration with Godzilla vs Kong and was depicted in a cave painting battling Godzilla. According to Jared Krishvisky, Shimo was originally intended to be a male. The original video, of course, is going to be linked down below, so do go and check it out. And just before we start the video, I just want to say to you guys, I love you from the bottom of my heart. You guys honestly mean so much to me. Just make sure, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And let's get on with this. Right, here we go.
When it comes to a good kaiju movie, one thing is always front and center: the monsters. Over the last century, these movies and gigantic creatures crushing humanity and themselves have slowly evolved into what we have today, the Monsterverse.
The Monsterverse.
And when it comes to the titans in the Monsterverse, size does matter.
Yes,
of
course.
Godzilla being one of the largest ever, the rest of the monsters in this universe needed to match the king of the monsters in terms of sheer scale.
That's why
Godzilla 2014,
Ghidorah was there.
We got the male and female Muto.
Oh, they're
monstrous
huge.
bug-like titans that wanted to populate the entire globe.
They're nasty. Look at that mouth.
The female was the larger of the two.
He can
coming
smell
in
that
at
breath.
Over 300 feet, 91 meters tall.
300
Even
feet.
The male, who was
Godzilla is
much
bigger than
smaller,
that.
towers over Godzilla -1's take on the G-Man, 200 feet, 61 meters tall. In Godzilla Awakening, we got the
huge.
Muto Prime, a monster that reached sky high at 350 feet tall. 107 meters. We then continued on with Godzilla King of the Monsters, introducing us to many new titans, each
Best
of
movie.
even proportions. But with the question of how big is Shimo, we have to look at the
There
last
we
super
go.
alpha titan
This
that
is
Godzilla
Shimo.
had to battle with, King Ghidorah. Or Ghidorah. Currently, Monster Zero holds the title as the largest titan
That's
in
a
the
stupid name.
Monsterverse.
It's
Standing at an
actually doing it
insane
like disrespect.
521 feet or
521.
159 meters tall. A record that many questioned would ever be broken. That was until we heard about Shimo. This new beast,
I doubt Shimo's gonna break it though.
Story
I honestly doubt it.
The Monsterverse may just make Ghidorah look like a pipsqueak. And I'm going to explain in detail the size
I'll be
of this
shocked if
titan,
it
so
really
when
does.
the new empire drops,
What do you guys
you'll go in
think?
prepared
Is it
for the
really gonna be that
spectacle
big?
Will be Shimo. But first, let's recap on what little we do know about this new monster. The Titan is female, and she is said to have great ice-based powers that can threaten the entire world.
Wow.
Under some unknown circumstances, Shimo has
Godzilla
aligned
and Kong,
herself
you
with
guys
the
have to
Star
take
King,
this thing
the
out.
tyrannical ruler of the Hollow Earth. And it's going to be up to Godzilla and Kong to stop them from completing their goal of destruction and terror. Now, with our mission of detailing Shimo's size as accurately as possible, we are going to first take a peek at some of the very few glimpses of Shimo we've gotten so far in the trailers.
That's
Spoiler
insane.
warning for those who want to go in blind.
Look at those
First off,
dorsal
let's focus
plates.
on the shot of Shimo firing her frostbite blast into the sky.
So that's from the trailer.
Now, we can't determine much of the specifics of her size with this shot, but what
Nah,
we
not
can
from that.
determine is that she is massive. Appearing
looks
larger
massive.
than the buildings in this scene that we know are all less than 150 meters tall, or 491 feet,
Right.
due to building codes in Brazil that don't allow skyscrapers to be built much larger than that.
Oh,
This
I
is
didn't
with
know
their
that.
goal
That's
of not
another fun
wanting
fact
to
for me.
ruin the skybox and beauty in the area, or in the Monsterverse's case, epic views of Titan combat. So does this mean Shimo is over 400?
I love my boy Kong.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. The next freeze frame from the trailer was a sneaky one. You wouldn't even hardly be able to catch it if not for us pesky YouTubers over-analyzing every little detail down to the butthole
YouTubers.
diameter of Kong and the genitalia of Godzilla.
No, no balls, and probably no balls since this guy feeds on radiation.
Once again, we can't get the exact size of
What?
Shimo from this view, but we can see that she is easily twice as large in overall mass as evolved Godzilla. We know that this form of Godzilla is around 400 feet tall and 1,000 feet long, so judging from what you are seeing on the screen right now, what does that tell you about the size of the legendary Shimo? Well, this third and final shot of the new Titan from one of the TV teaser spots gets us the information that
see
we
the
need.
glimpse of
As
the head.
Godzilla and Shimo brawl, freeze here. We see that Godzilla is
You know
able
what,
to get
Godzilla
his
is
shoulder
always
under the
almost
neck
doing
of
like
Shimo,
a
and this
spear.
allows us to see just how immense Shimo truly is. Her head alone is nearly the size of Godzilla's entire chest.
It actually looks like the whole torso of Godzilla.
You can imagine in your mind right now. Godzilla to Shimo in terms of size resembles that of the difference between a large human and a smaller sized horse. In short, Godzilla is fighting way above his weight class here in this fight. With all three of these images inspected, and using what we know about the laws regarding skyscraper height in Rio, where the scene takes place, we can now make some estimations on Shimo's size. Let's go to the Great Monarch Hall.
I'm interested to find out.
We can see Shimo in all her glory. On all fours, we estimate Shimo to be between 400 to 450 feet,
400 to 450,
121 to 137 meters tall at the shoulder. Already overcoming
speculations though,
in height, but not anywhere near Ghidorah.
Let's focus on that.
But Shimo has another element up her sleeve. She can rear upright and stand on two legs.
Yeah.
While it's probably only going to be for
tall would that be then?
time, similar to a grizzly bear, it's predicted that Shimo will be able to lift her massive torso off the ground and tower over all other titans.
Maybe might beat Ghidorah.
Foreign marketing for the film, Shimo is said to be able to reach 531 feet or 162 meters tall. And unlike Ghidorah, 100 feet of this is not all due to a long neck. Shimo is frankly considerably larger than Ghidorah in every way. We estimate her to be around 1,200 feet or 365 meters long and weigh in on the scale at around 200 tons.
200 tons!
Let's compare her to some MonsterVerse favorites here
that
in the
is
hall.
insanely
and take note, everyone,
big.
that these are all pre-GXK numbers, as I want to base Shimo off these monsters when last we seen
Kong them up, boy.
Compared to Kong, Shimo is truly a beast of burden.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that Scar
I think Kong might pass out on this and pass it on to Godzilla.
And it's safe to say that Kong could do the same as well, given their size difference you can see here. Now for fan favorite Behemoth. As one of the larger mammalian titans in this universe.
Shout out to Behemoth, everyone.
But side by side with Shimo, and we can see that the furry sloth mammoth titan is anything but Behemoth. We can't do a MonsterVerse size comparison without its star, Godzilla. We already saw in the teasers for the movie just how much larger Shimo is than Godzilla. And now that we have the two together in the hall,
what do you guys think?
See Shimo's size front and center. Godzilla is going to have one hell of a fight on his hands.
That is going to be a nasty fight, and it's just going to be round the corner. So soon, it's just going to come out.
I've already talked about Ghidorah's size in this video, but seeing the two largest titans so far in the MonsterVerse in the same area just hits different, you tell me. And we can see that even though their heights are about the same, that their body shapes are nothing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. So obviously, Shimo is being considered relatively the same as Ghidorah. And Ghidorah's, obviously the wingspan and the neck, obviously it becomes really huge. But if the Shimo, as they said, stands like a grizzly bear, then how big is Shimo really? And on top of it, the body, the torso bit of Shimo does look insanely huge.
Nothing alike, and that Shimo is built significantly more heavy and beast-like. So to answer how big Shimo is, well, she is huge. No doubt the biggest titan in the
I would have said that as well.
We know about so far, and I can't wait to see what the MonsterVerse has in store for this
cannot
legendary
wait.
new titan. And if there are still even larger monsters lurking somewhere in the Hollow Earth or perhaps beyond our world altogether.
In the
and
ocean,
if you want to see what happens
sure.
next, well, make sure and go out and watch this movie when it
in
drops
the ocean.
in theaters so we can get more films down the line. Go support this thing. We're already hearing that Season 2 of Monarch Legacy of the Monsters may have just been greenlit by Apple TV, rumored to be dropping in 2025 by KDM.
Whoa.
So we may not be done with the MonsterVerse just yet, everyone.
Nah.
In that case,
MonsterVerse is huge. It's gonna roll on. Very interesting video. What do you guys think? I really want to know what your thoughts are on this. How big really is Shimo? Is it just us predicting the size, the sheer massive side of it, or is it not gonna be that? Is it gonna be like an average, maybe Godzilla type of size, where it's like, yeah, Godzilla can easily take this? Or is Godzilla going to be for a hell of a fight? And with that, we conclude our video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to your boy here. Become the Alpha Squad.